Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for your Sunday Night Football showdown between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. Before I get into that and I deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MessNetJSD, and don't forget to sign up for the Patreon. The Patreon is right here. Monthly subscription, $7.99, and you get daily DFS breakdowns on NBA and weekly breakdowns on the NFL plus betting advice. Okay, all that is incorporated. If you have any questions, please contact me on Instagram and I will get back to you. Definitely. All right. Now let's deep dive into this breakdown between the Broncos and the Chiefs. We're going to look at this captain position with a lot of high price stars. You're going to have to find value. That's being 100% honest, or get really creative. You can go expensive early and then really dirt cheap at the bottom, or you can find the gem of the game and then really focus in on the expensive guys in the flex position. Okay, so we're gonna zero out defenses. I'm not focusing on defenses. I don't expect Denver's defense to stop Kansas City, and I don't expect Kansas City's defense to stifle Denver. At least Denver can lean on that running game. And we got one of these guys that should have his breakout game in Javonte Williams. So we'll talk about him first. I like him as a captain option. Javonte Williams, with the absence of Melvin Gordon, he's going to step in place as the number one running back. All right, he's been a focal point. Not a focal point. He's been sharing duty all season long between him and Melvin Gordon, and he's been solid. He's been very solid. He's got a little more opportunity last week. Came through with 14 rushing attempts, 54 yards, and a TD. Chipped in 3 receptions on 4 targets with 57 yards as well. Dual threat back here that we got from North Carolina. Him and Michael Carter shared backfields in college, and now he's become he's budding star here. All right, now he gets a great opportunity, and that's the game plan for Denver. Slow them down, use the running game, and that can be very, very crucial. All right, so I like Javonte Williams at 11,400. He should definitely be one of the guys you look at that captain position. Another one that we're going to look at will be Patrick Mahomes. He has a good history going up against Denver. It's the Kansas City Chiefs. It's pretty much straightforward. If we just go back into history, this is Travis Kelce, whose DKB is really, really good. But Patrick Mahomes, he only had a couple games that were bad. If we're just looking at the past 10 games, we're paying up for him. He's had 2 bad games, 12-7, and then all the way in 2017 he had 11. Okay, but other than that, 22 DK game, a 26, a 30, and a 25. So mostly he's been pretty solid. Okay, so I feel confidence in going to him. Struggled against Dallas. I think this can be a bounce back game for him. You got two top-tier talents at wide receiver and tight end, plus speed at the other wide receiver spots. So they're going to be keys in this game as well, okay? They're going to bottle in Tyreek Hill, which they've done very well. If you want to fade him, I think you should have just a little bit less of Tyreek Hill, but definitely play him just in case, because Denver has focused in on him. He hasn't had a big breakout game, Tyreek Hill, against this team. He had 14, 17, 23, 16. The big breakout game was all the way in 2016, so a very long time ago. But they kind of keep him under that 20-point mark point, so that's going to be very intriguing to see. He's still in the player pool. Obviously, you have to play Hill and you have to play Kelce. Okay? These are guys you're going to have to focus on. Some other players that we're going to look at. So we're already focused in on Kansas City with the expensive guys. You might have to fade one or the other because they're very, very expensive. All right, you have to choose between Kelce and Hill. I think Kelce's safer, and then Hill's been a little bit up and down, showing you the previous performances against Denver because they really, really focus in on him. Teddy Bridgewater, if they're going to have to keep this game close, they're going to need him to come through. He's already an efficient quarterback. He doesn't turn the ball over that much, but they need him to throw touchdowns, all right? That's going to be very huge, okay? They need Teddy Bridgewater to throw touchdowns, and that's how they're going to keep this game close. He can have a big performance this week. It's all on game script. So games like Dallas, he came through with 20 fantasy points. Las Vegas, he came through with 25. Jacksonville, 24, and the Giants. So bad defenses, he stepped up. All right. And if we're looking at fantasy points allowed to quarterbacks, this is lineups.com. Kansas City is at the bottom of the league. Okay, we're going to flip this around. The rank, and Kansas City is 29th ranked and 27th in the red zone. All right, allowing 260 yards, passing 1.5 touchdowns per game. All right, so that's going to be a boost to Teddy Bridgewater. He's someone that we can focus in on. He's still a tier 1, tier 2 type of guy that we're going to have to play. Question mark on Clyde EdwardsHelaire. He came back and was efficient. We saw Darrell Williams was going to take over the job. But if he is available to play, then you're going to have to play Clyde EdwardsHelaire. If he is out, then we go back to Darrell Williams, who was a star while Clyde EdwardsHelaire was out. All right, so he's going to be in the pool. Jerry Jeudy is the number 1 wide receiver for Denver. He's going to be more of the target guy. Bottled up last week against the Chargers because they ran the ball a little bit more. But consistency prior to that, 9 targets, 8, 4, and 7. Was out most of the season. He's coming back, turning up. He has not got a touchdown yet this year. This can be a game, and this is a perfect game script for him to break out, all right? Definitely this week, Jerry Jeudy is someone to 100% look at. So I'm going to clear this field. We're going to throw in Jerry Jeudy. He's a tier 1 type of guy. He can be in that captain's position because you're going to need to save salary. I'm telling you right here. Courtland Sutton is the other wide receiver, more big body, more down the field threat that they have for the Broncos going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. He'll provide a lot of matchup problems. And he's been very mediocre, all right? Very mediocre. Ever since Jerry Jeudy has come back, he's kind of taken a step back. That was been very, very not shocking, but it was something that we didn't fully expect. I thought Teddy Bridgewater could handle both and support both of their fantasy performances each and every week, but he's kind of fell off just a little bit. But this is a game where one of these two guys are going to break out. So they're definitely going to be in the pool. Tim Patrick had some boom weeks previously. Definitely when Jerry Jeudy was out, he's had some big weeks. Since coming back, he's taken a tick down. And really the number 3 options for the Denver Broncos offense has been the tight ends. So you're going to look at Noah Fant. He's someone to look at that $5,000 salary. Definitely someone who is flex worthy. Teddy Bridgewater loves the tight end position. 4, 6, 4, 7, and 11. A lot of consistency, a lot of targets going the tight end's ways. All right. It's not only Noah Fant. It's also Albert kunam down here at 1,400. This is going to be one of the value plays right here that we're going to look at. When they get in the red zone area or when they're just spelling one of the other tight ends, kunam comes in and he's been very productive. All right, he had 10 fantasy points against Philadelphia, had a nice game against Dallas with 4 catches. Washington had a solid performance, and in week 1 he had a touchdown. So someone to look at. In these showdown slates, it could be a tight end 2, a tight end 3 that comes up out of nowhere and he comes through with a touchdown. You could fill him in as a flex position guy at the back end. All right, if we're looking at other wide receivers for the Kansas City Chiefs, that's going to be between Nicole Hartman at 4,800, and this is another speedster. Any catch he has, he could take it all the way to the end zone. Only has 1 touchdown so far this season. That can be definitely different this year because he has that upside. Also provides another X factor in the special teams as well as a punt returner. So he's someone that we can look at. Both kickers are going to be viable in this game. Denver, Brandon McManus has been a very good kicker last year and even this year. There's a lot of drives that they move down the field, can't get in the end zone, and he's been able to have some good fantasy performances against the Jets, Jacksonville, and Dallas. Someone to look at right there between him and Harrison Butker. A very high-scoring affair, so I think they're going to get their points any way that they can, okay? Definitely look at both of these kickers. I'm not looking at defenses. Let's see if we can fit in our tier 3, tier 4 guys for this video. Let's see if we find anyone else. I spoke to you about Hardman. I spoke to you about both kickers. Byron Pringle is the fourth wide receiver that we're going to look at. Didn't he have a touchdown recently? Yes, against the Vegas, he had a touchdown as well. 4 receptions, 46 yards in the TD. He has that speed upside, okay? He's had 3 touchdowns this year already. He has more touchdowns than Nicole Hartman. So even cheaper salary at $1,800, someone that has more touchdown ability has been Byron Pringle. He's been lucky enough to break some big runs and take it to the end zone. That's another cheap play that we can look at. I already gave you Albert O. We got Byron Pringle that we can fit in at the bottom. Let's see if we can find anyone else. I'm not really looking at Demarcus Robinson. His snaps has gone really, really down, and that's the cheapest that we can go. We're waiting on news about Clyde EdwardsHelaire, and that's when Darrell Williams will be a factor. But other than that, the cheapest 2 players will be Byron Pringle and Albert O. Okay, at that tight end position. That's the cheapest we're going to go. Maybe Derek Gore gets a running, red zone touch. That's a very if statement. I'm not sure that he does in this type of game script, but that's the cheapest we're going to stick with. Okay, Byron Pringle and Albert O. So let's see if we can put together a little bit of a mock lineup just for you guys. It's been requested, so let's see if we can break it down for you guys. Hypothetical. In this mock, we're going to start out with Travis Kelce. Obviously, we want to pair Kelce with Mahomes in this type of game. I think for Denver, they're going to need to focus in on the running game, and that's going to be Javonte Williams. Also, I like Jeudy as one of the wide receivers in this matchup that can have a big performance. A lot of eyes will be on Courtland Sutton. He's going to be more of the possession receiver, and hopefully he can break a couple runs and get into the end zone. We really need Jeudy to get in the end zone, get a touchdown. That would be great. And this all is all realistic. You can have a wide receiver and not have the quarterback, especially if the quarterback is just a pocket passer, similar to Ben Roethlisberger, okay? But that can be something similar right here. And we have $7,800 salary left. We still can pay up for, since I already have Patrick Mahomes, and I think they'll be able to throw in his team, and they'll focus in on Tyreek Hill. Maybe Nicole Hartman can have a big game, and you have $3,000 salary left. You can go with one of the cheaper options like Albert O or Byron Pringle down here, okay? So you can get really, really creative with this. This is just a mock lineup. I'm going to leave that there for you to take, and maybe you want to add in your other guy at the back end. But let me know in that comment section down below if you have any other guys you want me to that I did not speak about pretty much in this video that you want to focus in. Let me know in that comment section down below, okay? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MessengerSD, and I'll be back with another video very soon. Peace out, guys.